Here's your next story. Apparently a student at GMHS passed out during physics class after donating a pint of blood to save lives. Who's at fault here? Figure it out. It's due by Friday.
Wow, a lot of preparation has to go into this. I should get started. First, I'll need to find some background information. There's a lot of information here, and I still need to do even more research so I don't get caught off guard in my interview. But I probably won't even end up using most of this information, but good to be prepared.
Sorry to interrupt your work, but make sure you have all your information gathered before calling your human sources and making sure they can meet you for an interview. And remember, always cater to the source, not yourself.
Thanks, boss. I'll get right on that. I need to make sure I have lots of good questions for my sources. I also need to keep in mind who I'm interviewing so I don't ask any awkward questions as well. Hey boss, I'm heading out to my interviews now.
That's great. What questions are you going to ask?
The 5 W's and 1 H, of course.
That's a good start, but you can't simply ask just those questions. You have to include follow-up questions to dive deeper into the story.
Thanks.
Wait, don't forget your recorder. I borrowed it from my last story.
Thanks. Digital recorders are very helpful, but technology is not always reliable, so it's important to take lots of notes, handwritten notes, so that you can ask pertinent follow-up questions. Hi folks, I'm Audrey White here at the blood drive at Granby Memorial High School. Many students will be spending the rest of the day here, as giving blood is a lengthy and fatiguing process. To my left, I have student Madison McDonald, who just gave blood earlier today and had an interesting experience. So Madison, how are you feeling today?
Well, to be honest, I'm a little bit lightheaded and nauseous. Is it hot in here?
It was reported that you passed out at the blood drive, is that correct?
Yes, it was a very sudden experience. I saw stars that quickly turned to darkness.
What a crazy incident. What do you think caused this?
Well, considering my history with passing out, it probably wasn't a good idea to give blood in the first place. I have anemia, and last night I took 3 iron tablets to try and hide this in the pre-test.
Wow, even with all that preparation, you still passed out. Did you tell them about the iron tablets you took before or your previous medical issues?
Yes, they did conduct an iron test through a finger prick, but my iron levels were shown as normal.
Interesting. So are there really any ways that someone with similar medical issues could prevent passing out?
Well, usually it's a good idea to lay down while you're getting blood drawn or getting shots, and that's what I usually do. And during the blood drive, you actually were laying down, but as soon as I got up, I felt lightheaded, nauseous, and weak because they were in a rush to get me out so that other students could get blood drawn.
Do you think someone is at fault here for allowing you to participate in the blood drive?
There could be many people at fault here, including myself. Considering my history, it might be a good idea not to give blood in the future. Also, the nurse could have been at fault for not letting me have enough recovery time.
Thank you for agreeing to speak to me after such a traumatizing experience.
Of course, glad I could give my perspective.
Well, you heard it first here, GMHS. I'm Audrey White, and thank you for tuning in.
Great job on the story. You really showed a unique perspective and were very diplomatic.
Thanks, boss, but it's all because I followed the basic rules of interviewing.
You should write those down so everyone can use them. What are they again?
Doing lots of background research is very important, as well as taking handwritten notes so you can ask pertinent questions and you're not just relying on your digital recorder. You should always make sure to have a friendly demeanor and keep good eye contact so that you can have a good rapport with your interviewee. You should also make sure to shake hands and thank them for their time afterward because it's the polite thing to do.